major step aimed at boosting youth employability and skill development. Vedant, the government in partnership with India Inc. will roll out a much anticipated one-year internship scheme for youth aged 21 to 25 years. The scheme comes with specific eligibility criteria. In fact, candidates must be aged between 21 and 24 and not 25, as I mentioned, and should not be engaged in full-time employment. What are the other criterion, Vedant, as far as the scheme is concerned?
That's right. So the government has said that the youngsters must be in the age group of 21 to 24. And in fact, if we can have those graphics up on our screen, the family income must not be exceeding 8 lakh rupees annually. That's what the government has also said. In fact, the candidates pursuing formal degrees or jobs cannot apply, as you pointed out, Radhika. Now, the candidates enrolled in online or vocational courses can apply. Now, it's not open for candidates from, premium institutes like the IIT and the IIM. And of course, what happens today essentially is that this internship portal goes live. So companies will essentially now be able to invite applications. So from October the 12th is when you can apply as well. You can register on the portal, complete Aadhaar-based eKYC, submit self-declaration and eligibility, mention skills and interests, and the portal will match skills that you've mentioned with the company's needs. So in a sense, it aims to create a very seamless interface there. But let me bring in our guest this morning, Payal Nambiar, CEO of B Square Solutions and Director of the Nambiar Group, a prominent entrepreneur and business woman. Thanks very much, Payal, for being with us. My first question to you, this kind of government-corporate collaboration is really something that is, as many have pointed out, the need of the hour when it comes to employment. How do you see this catering to the needs of corporates like yours, given the fact that the government is really looking at skills and enhancing skill sets and making them sort of at par with what the industry needs?
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for this opportunity in the morning. But this is like a great initiative by the government. I think it was actually the need of the hour. This is actually the crucial bridge between, these days, like what we talk about. This had been a big thing that, unemployment had been a great issue in our country. And I think having this kind of initiative can allow so many students to have hands-on experience before even getting into a job. I mean, it's a win-win situation for both sides. If you talk about corporates, for them, it is, they are getting people, they are absolutely these days, the skilled manpower is a big issue these days. You don't get that kind of people. You train them initially and then you don't see them performing that way. So it is like hands-on experience what the people you see. And then, of course, by the government, this initiative makes a lot of difference. So pipeline of skilled future manpower you get. And this is like situation where total shortage of manpower can be sorted.
Right, Payal, my next question is, how will your company ensure that, these interns are given meaningful work experiences rather than just administrative tasks? How do you plan to provide mentorship, career development to ensure that, these are, of course, they are interns, but they have to be employable. So how will you ensure these interns, in fact, their experience lead to potential employment opportunities post their internship tenure?
Yeah, see, in our organization, we have always been having a situation where we always have interns. And that's the space we have created always. And this has worked well overall. And, this is also the way the, organization can filter out. They can train people who are really good without any prejudices that, they're coming from which institute. You belong to any kind of place. I mean, you come from any kind of institute. It doesn't matter, and it depends upon that. The institutions also, when ask the people on the spot, they will do it better.
So that's an interesting point that you are making, because I think industry experience is so important, particularly, the youngsters today, they're really looking at sought after startups and companies to get hands-on experience. How do you see that aspect of the internship? As Radhika was also pointing out, many a times we see that in these internships, interns are assigned back-end jobs, and real industry experience or hands-on experience doesn't really happen. So how do you see this program, in a sense, facilitating that sort of hands-on experience, which is so critical, in today's day and age?
See, what I find very great in this, that it's also promoted by government. It's not the whole sole responsibility of a corporate. So government is also in anyhow giving some internship to the kids who are coming in the line. And the same time, the students, like when you join in, the you come under hands-on experience. Of course, they will be given once they are in. No corporate will just allow somebody sitting on the desk. On the desk, they will be given a certain opportunity. They will be judged on their performance. They'll be started. They always are given with the small jobs which can enhance their working. Of course, it is a win-win situation for both sides.
Right, as you said, it is a government-corporate partnership that we are talking about. But what are your expectations, Apayal, in terms of long-term benefits as far as the scheme is concerned for both interns as well as your business, especially in perhaps creating a long pipeline of skilled future employees?
So I think this is, as I said, that this is like, maybe now the government is taking an initiative, but as an organization, we have always been having interns with us. So this, of course, see, interns, you can choose and you can train them according to yourself. Even at times, you hire people, but they don't know your company's vision, mission. It takes time for you initially, for a few months. You actually, for whatever institution they come from, whatever experience they come from, they take time to get into your system. So in anyhow, when you are absorbing students, they're fresh minds, they are youth, right? They are well trained, they are well skilled, in the sense they have different thought process. So you are also fostering innovation in the working. So I think this is for an organization like us, I think we really promote this in anyhow, because the students come with different thought process. At times they give the ideas which are simply brilliant, and now the kids are getting the platform to to come forward. And in the meanwhile, corporates are also going to take advantage in a big way.
Absolutely, and Payal, stay on with us, but let's, Radhika, take our viewers through the selection process as well, because that is something that they would certainly be interested in. So it is an automated procedure. The portal will shortlist twice the number of candidates for each position. So that's a huge number there that we're looking at. Now the companies will be selecting from the shortlisted candidates and send their offer letters, and the panel will be overseeing the selection process to ensure fairness. So of course, it's a process that's driven by meritocracy. In fact, the panel will be consisting of government officials and industry representatives as well. So all stakeholders are really part of the panel. But Payal, come in on this point. You of course said that innovation is key, and we have focused a great deal on research, development. But what about technology? Given the fact that we are living in the age of artificial intelligence, and these are certain tools that have become so important when it comes to the whole industry experience. How do you look at sort of enabling that sort of skill training as well, as far as interns are concerned?
Your point is absolutely valid when you say AI, but every intern will not be absorbed in every situation. Like there'll be different. According to their profile, they'll be put in different streams. So some who are technically coming from the technical background, they will be absorbed at those positions. And of course, there are mentors always, and they will assign them the work where which matches initially to make them understand the subject, and then they are given hands-on experience on the work. They are not immediately put on the work. They need to be guided, and that's what organizations do it, because at the end of the day, you are creating the skilled manpower according to your organization. You mold them, and then at the end, you are creating a benefit to yourself only. And of course, when I say it is actually, as I started with saying, that's a win-win situation for all the partners in this line. Even if it is you're talking about from the government's point of view, you're talking from the corporate's point of view, you're talking about the students' point of view. And at the end, a national agenda of unemployment can be sorted through these kind of initiatives.
All right, thank you, Payal, for giving us a perspective on this new scheme of the government in partnership with corporates like you. It is a win-win situation, is what you're saying. But it'll be interesting, Vedant, to look at the funding as well. Rupees 500 contribution from CSR funds required per intern. So how are companies planning to manage the financial aspect of this scheme is also something that we'll perhaps look into as the scheme rolls out. But for now, thank you, Payal, for giving us a perspective on this scheme. But